Good morning again. I have to apologize. Boy, I tell you, that's saying, I know you're saying, is that all you do, Jim, is apologize to people? I noticed it yesterday, noticed it again today when I do a live and everything seems fine and all the equipment looks like it's working great. When I get to the very end, when I hit my Elgato Stream Deck, for some reason, and I'm not sure why, I'm looking at it and testing it, it shuts the audio off. So you're seeing me talk without any words being heard. So we hopefully got it fixed. So anyway, let's go back to what we were just talking about. And I'm sorry, they even say don't delete files, yada yada yada. But I can't leave something up that's wrong. If you thank you for if you get to the end and then all of a sudden my mouth is moving, you're gonna go, well, good job, Mr. Jimbo. Maybe I'm not interested in doing this with your channel. So anyway, all right. What we're talking today about, again, is Tinni and Sniffer. One is a fox, one is a dog. Love them all. Now, what has happened, and this is still going on today, so this is not where this is old news. It's really not. It relates to the fur industry in Norway. And I'm not picking on Norway. This is not my, hey, I'm going to pick on Norway. I actually like Norway, and I probably would think it would be a pretty cool place to live. But they still have a fur trade. And I don't even understand that in a way, because if you think about it, in today's possible manufacturing issues, if one says, oh, I want to have something that looks like a fox around my neck, they can make it. It isn't where you have to go out and kill a fox. And, you wouldn't want to have to say, well, yeah, we could make something that looks even better, but we don't want to try to sell something that isn't real. But when you think about, and when I get into some of the issues with what happens with these animals, you'll say, if I really needed it, I'm fine with a reasonable facsimile. So anyway, Tinni and Sniffer's story had a significant impact, not only by inspiring people with their friendship, and again, part of this was of what I do in my presentations is animals, unique animals, different animals that are buddies. Well, this is even more so. They're buddies, but the point they're together is to personify, we need to stop the fur industry. And yes, of course, dogs don't have generally that problem. But, minks, foxes, you name it, people think this is great. Whenever I walk into, and I tell you some of my biases, whenever I walk into anywhere that they've got a head of an animal on the wall, they have lost me as whatever I was there for, or if they were a friend, they're no longer a friend. And I, just as an aside, I'm ham radio and have been since 2012. And you have friends in ham radio, which is great. But there was one particular young person that had a picture showing him killing it. Well, he killed a deer, and he's got it on the front of his vehicle. Like, look at me. Well, look what I did. I killed a deer. Well, I can be honest with you. That was the end of that friendship, period. Because, if you're going to sit here and go, hey, this is terrible, and then you are buddies with people that are doing this, shame on me. The other thing, I'm a generator company, and there was one customer, a very good customer. I did 2 generators for his big house. I walked into one area of the home, and I went upstairs because we were checking on electrical and lights and all that stuff. And when I turned around to come back down, he had, it must have been 15 heads of animals up on the wall. You know what I would and what I thought of that person from that point on. And, I'm okay. I get it. If you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no food and you've got to survive, I get it. I'm not stupid. Oh, maybe I am, but sometimes. But when you just, for sport, go out and kill animals, it is terrible. Now, we have bears over here, and I'm in Naples, and we're way out west, kind of like in the woods, which is great most of the time. And we even have a family of bears that are a little bit, because we have a big area of forest right next to us on the east side, and we're pretty sure there's a bear family in there, because we occasionally see them come out of the woods, or we have a little pass through our property. You can go right along the side all the way to the back. You occasionally see them saying, well, I'm going to take a shortcut through the Whitehead's yard. And we're like, wow, this is great. Now, of course, we don't do anything. I try to get pictures if I can, but nothing where you'd say, oh, yeah, we want to do something. No, we're glad they're here, and we want them to be here for a long time. So anyway, this whole thing is raising awareness about the treatment of wild animals, particularly foxes, in the fur trade. The bond between a domestic dog and a wild fox showed that these animals are more than just commodities. Oh, I never would ever think that I could use that word with animals. Like an animal is a commodity. My God, what are you going to get milk at the store? Or you buy some fruit? I mean, come on, wake up. They are sentient creatures capable of love, play, and friendship. So, are you going to kill them? I'll come and get you if you do. Okay, there we go. That's a promise. And they'll say, whoa, this YouTube guy, he's threatening people. And by the way, I don't do anything for people watching the channel. Oh, yeah, go watch his channel because the guy's crazy. I might be crazy, but I don't try to be. And, I want you to watch the channel because we're together and we learn things. But anyway, thank you. Okay, Toja Burge, that's a person. That's Tinni's owner and a passionate advocate for animal rights, used the story of Tinni Sniffer to shine a light on the cruelty involved in the fur industry. In Norway, as in many other parts of the world, foxes are farmed for their fur, enduring terrible conditions and small cages. I'll be honest, I've said this many times. If I was a judge and somebody came in front of me that was an animal abuser, that person would probably never see the light of day again. But anyway, and I'm not a vindictive, mean person, but you got to be a good person to work with me, please. Tozer's campaign aimed to encourage people to see foxes as individuals, no kidding, with emotions, capable of forming bonds and feeling pain rather than just sources of fur. Through his photographs and the growing popularity of the story, Tozer was able to bring significant attention to the issue. He used social media and public platforms to advocate for a ban on people urging fur farming to stop, and having where would urge people to reconsider their choices and to support animal rights. You know, again, we get some of the issues, and everybody needs to work. But bottom line, there's certain things that I would never think of doing, and certainly wouldn't say, hey, I see I can get this beautiful fox fur, and I'm going to put it up in my building where I'm sitting in my studio. No, not even close. He wrote a book, in the Fox and the Dog, which tells the story of Tinni and Sniffer, further amplified the campaign's message by focusing on the friendship between these two animals. The book emphasized even wild animals like Sniffer deserve to live in freedom and be treated with respect. The story resonated deeply, especially with younger audiences. And I'm 75, and let's face it, the train has left the station, and I don't have a real long ride. I try every day to make sure the ride is as long as it can be. But thank goodness we have young people that have some good thoughts, actions, concerns. And that's related to animal care. That's also related, thank goodness, to our climate change. I know economically people, and I don't mean to go off on tangents, I know, but some of the trades and things that we do don't need to be done, and we can actually do things better. Now, some would say, oh, we need to keep digging for oil or drilling for oil. I get it. I get it. But there's issues that we're moving toward that would have it where we don't need this oil and gas. I mean, I know easier said than done, but thank goodness the young population is working hard on bringing some of these to the attention. And when they're full adults, and I don't mean they're not, but you know what I'm saying, they'll get into, thank goodness, political positions, job positions, and things will be better. And they'll say, no, we're not doing that anymore. So anyway, it fosters empathy toward animals from an early age. All right, changes in the fur industry. The increased awareness contributed to a broader conversation about the ethics of the fur farming in Norway. In fact, the Norwegian government announced plans to phase out fur farming by 2025. While Tinni and Sniffer's story wasn't the sole factor, it played a role in the cultural shift toward greater empathy for animals and the growing movement against the fur industry. If they don't stop killing these animals, I mean, what's next? So please, let's do our duty. And I don't mean you stand up on the Empire State Building and scream and yell and say, don't kill animals, but We can all do in our own way something that may help. Many saw the bond between Tinni and Sniffer as a symbol of the potential harmony between humans and wildlife, underscoring the need to protect animals in the wild. Ongoing inspiration. Excuse me. I guess I'm going to get rich. They say when your nose gets a little itchy, you basically are going to kiss a fool or you're going to be rich. Anyway, I hope I'm going to be rich. Anyway, Tinni and Sniffer's story continues to inspire people to reflect on their relationship with nature, the message of their friendship. The animals, whether wild or domestic, are capable of love and connection, serves as a reminder of the responsibility to care for the natural world through Todger's photography and advocacy. The story has become a powerful tool for educating people about the importance of animal rights and conservation. Their friendships shared with the world stands as a testament to the beauty and depth of animal bonds and the importance of living in harmony with the creatures we share with this planet. I know you're saying, Jim, I know you're reading a teleprompter, and I know it's like, how do you kind of mess up words? A little bit of it is age, I guess. And it's funny, last thing I'll say, I had a comment from a customer, a supporter, if I can call it a supporter. It was in reference to squids. And it's my channel. I'm the person, whether good or bad, is the storyteller. This person, and again, you get a lot of what we say are kind of people that aren't the best in the world, aren't very nice. And he said, what a great story. This again about the squid. What a great story. I thought this was going to be good, and there'd be an eloquent speaker. And I'm the speaker. So he's saying, Jim, you aren't the best. And you aren't eloquent. I do the best I can. And I even went to this, and again, I know everybody has comments. You can turn them off if you want to, but I don't. Because I've gotten probably 30, 40, 50 messages or comments. And some of them are like this, where you go, okay, it's my channel. I do the reading of whatever I put together. I'm not going to hire someone to do it, because with a small channel, you're pretty much everything. You prepare it, you say it, you edit it, and you hope people like it. So there isn't much you can do. And I looked at his channel and I was like, one of the biggest things I find in our human nature is hypocrisy. I've always been and try to be careful not to be hypocritical. Because shame on you. If you're saying something that somebody else did that you do, keep your mouth shut or don't do it. And again, I know I'm lecturing today, but thank you for being here. I really do. It means a lot to me. And we're trying so hard to save the world. So again, thank you very much.